Hello there, folks. Just give me a few seconds. I want to be here. I want to check if my audio and video are working properly. Let me see if everything is okay. It should be better. Let me see. Yep, it's good. Well, guys, this is where we are. Basically, we were able to take Quebec in the previous session. We got rid of French big time, and we're gonna have a lot of things to worry about. If we go here, we can see that our chief engineer requires some research. We're gonna continue with siege parallel. This will be plus 10% fortification penetration. That means that we're gonna do more damage against enemy forts. And let me check as well. We're having salaries, bounties pretty damn high. We're paying a lot of money. Everything is okay here. Planning marches. What should we go for next? I guess movement speed would be good. Be kind of necessary. But guys, you can tell me if everything is okay with the stream. If you have any issues, I kind of lower down the latency to low, and I'm not sure if it's gonna work properly or not. So if you have any issues with the game, let me know. But we have to retreat. We have to go all the way back to Montreal with these guys. Let's just check diplomacy real quick. Foreign relations. We have diplomacy situation. We used to be at war with pretty much everybody, with the exception of Creek tribes and also Spanish. But we were waging war against all the natives, French and British as well. As I said, we destroyed French. They're no longer on the map, but I'm afraid that they're gonna soon try to do something. We are not at war with Iroquois because we managed to have a peace deal with them. So this is one problem. Another problem here, if you guys can see, they destroyed a lot of our settlements, and I mean a lot of them. I had no idea how it works, and it seems like even though that we basically swept everything and we checked that there are no natives remaining, they still kind of reform after some time. They show up, and they were able to destroy a lot of our cities. You kind of have to garrison all the cities close to the native tribes, because otherwise they're gonna destroy them. So it's kind of a big deal, big problem. Yeah, and we invested a lot of money. I was really pissed last game because, as I said, we invested a lot of time, a lot of money into these settlements, and now they're gone. So yeah, not very nice if you ask me, but hey, it is what it is. I'm not sure how much time needs to pass until we're able to rebuild them. How about if we get you outside and you go there? Can you do something about it? With those guys, we're gonna go... take this fort. We just survived the invasion and everything. This could be both French or British. Have no idea. One of our ships spotted a fleet. 2 weeks. We have 2 weeks time. Can we do something about it? Seems like we cannot. Let me increase construction. This should lower down the time necessary for these guys to be fixed. Let me pause the game real quick. Rotation speed. Gunnery and boarding. think I'm gonna go for movement speed. Do not know why, but I feel like ships are very slow. Or maybe it's just my perspective on things. Willpower, stamina, willpower, and movement speed. Let's do it. With these ships, we can actually combine our fleet here. Slowly we're moving south, and I think we're gonna move these guys from Quebec. If French decide to invade, well, French or British, we cannot do much about it. We're gonna keep a large garrison in Montreal, but in Quebec, very difficult to justify having forces there. If they take it, they can take it. Indiana, my friend, welcome to the stream. As I said, like, lower down the latency. That means that there will be less lag between what you guys see here, what I say, and what you guys write in the chat. I hope that everything will be okay. I had some bad time before when my channel was a bit smaller. It was kind of buffering a lot. So I hope that everything is okay. And yeah, the delay is much smaller. I tested it, so I just hope that for you guys is also okay, visually speaking. We're gonna move south to New York from there. With these guys, we're gonna stay in Montreal, and with these guys, we're gonna stay in Montreal. You kind of need forces here. Look at this. Complete devastation. Oh, that's cool. Well, Indiana, how was your weekend? What did you do? We're gonna go with this guy to try to rebuild this if as fast as possible, but 89 days to fix. Forever. I support ending the war. I believe so. How big of a force do we have here? We're slowly moving south. Do we have some forces in Philly? We have forces in Baltimore. And, let me pause. We're threatened by an invasion. So, just gonna make sure that we can do some upgrades here. Maybe a schoolhouse. I have a lot of officers. A lot of specialists. I always call them officers. It was good. Not much really. I'm packing for when we depart for the UK on Thursday. Oh, that's cool. Are you excited about your UK trip? You can go for armory here. Yes, blacksmith and I can see that I've never been to UK. Because from here it requires visa, and I'm not really keen on getting visa. But I heard London is a nice place to visit. Although I'm not a huge fan of big cities. I'm a country mouse. We're gonna do some upgrades here. Stable, blacksmith. We're just losing a lot of money. A lot of money. I also need to change something. This is way too much, maybe. We're gonna need some intelligence, but maybe not full intelligence. Fort Johnson? What is happening with our guys here? We're slowly recovering, but it will take some time. Have guys in Savannah. I have way too many guys here. So we're gonna have to break the regiment, I guess. Now we're gonna move these guys there. And those guys, I don't know. Oh. This is our regiment, or the regiment. Yeah, it's my main summer vacation this year. Only my wife has been before, so I will showing off my home city to the kids. Yeah. This is why I did not bother in the past, but who knows in the future. Warehouse, and I have no idea what to build, to be honest. At this point in time, difficult to say. They really want to break our brigades. Oh, hi, Radovan. How are you, my friend? A long time no see. Hey, can we build a construction? UK was stupid to leave the EU on not least from an ease of travel point of view. Yeah, I guess so. I don't think that people are very high on Brexit these days. Maybe they were before. Guys, I kind of noticed something. I'm not sure if you can see it, but my screen is not lagging when I do this. Aha! It's a summer miracle, I would say. Maybe they did a patch, or I don't know. Sometimes it's really lagging big time. Sometimes it's not. But I think we have some troops on this side. Fourth pit. We can build stuff. Praise the Lord and pass the CPU, indeed. I think like this game should not be that difficult. Like if we talk about hardware, it's not really that demanding, and I have a decent CPU, decent computer in general. The problem is that, you know, only a few people are working on this game, and it's not properly optimized, especially the southern part of the campaign. Until you get to like I don't know, Philly and Baltimore, it's okay. But if you go down south, this is where it actually, you know, starts to bite quite a bit. I hope these guys gonna be in position by the time the invasion comes. Came just to say hi. Got a drill to attend. I will drop by when I finish. Yes, sir. We actually have 2 military men here on the stream. So that's quite something, you know. For me, weekend was kind of rushed as always. I had like a loan to take care of, the yard. I had to clean. I had to spend some time with my friends to socialize. And yeah, I always say I'm gonna do a bit more for YouTube, but I usually don't do that during the weekend. But good thing is I recorded some Rome 2 for this week, and I'm gonna try to put the first part of that military tutorial this weekend, maybe Saturday or Sunday, depending on how much time I have. Old fatty. Well, you know how they say, once old, always old. I just made it up, and it sucks, but it doesn't matter. I know you're not gonna be offended by it. Well, at least I hope so. Well, I need to say this one. So when I was a kid, I used to spend a lot of time with my neighbor. You know, he was a kid next door, and we used to play all the time, like football or stuff like that. And sometimes we would be looked up by his grandpa. And his grandpa was like really old, in his 80s or something, and he was always complaining about his back pain and knees, anything. And one day he said like, kids never get old. And you know, my buddy, he said like, grandpa, but that means we die young. And grandpa said, it's better. And we were like, I don't know, 7, 8 years old, maybe even younger than that. So nihilism from the grandpa. But it's damn it, I don't really want to break the brigade. Can I hire a regiment here? Nope. I can pay for mercenaries just to guard the fort. Yeah, I'm dead lazy. I am dead lazy. Are we recovering here? Yeah, we are. What is happening with these guys? They're relatively close to 100%. Guys, feel free to say hello to the stream. And if you like this stream, of course, consider liking. This will help me a lot. I would tend to disagree with the grandpa. I still try to do kid stuff when I do. My buddy tells us to cut it out. Okay, the guy was like really old. He was having a lot of health issues, so I can understand like his perspective. Maybe it's not appropriate to say those kind of things to like a 6 or 7-year-old, but yep, I think we're gonna see it in Belfort. Blech. Kind of a French word, I believe. I used to study French in high school for 4 years, but I have nothing to show for it. Literally learned nothing from it. These days I feel bad about it, but, you know, I think we need to stop construction here. We're spending a lot of money. We used to have like 1 million more. I remember there was a time last episode, at the beginning of last episode, we had like 1 million more. I'm sure of it. So we are losing a lot of money everywhere. Maybe I need to stop some of the construction here. Can we actually join you? I wish like you could join the brigade here immediately. I learned it quotation mark. Actually, when I was a kid, my first foreign language was Russian. And I was one of the last generations. My parents only could speak Russian as a foreign language. They didn't study English. Because, you know, we were Eastern Europeans, Eastern Bloc. Even though, like, Yugoslavia did not really... was not really a part of a classical Eastern Bloc. But was a communist country. And therefore, people studied Russian here. So my parents can only say yes or no in English. They have no... I think it's better for us to kind of prepare for that invasion when it comes. What can we bring to meet that invasion force? We can bring... Yeah, this is our... Our battalion? Our brigade, pardon me. With you guys also, we're gonna go there. In Charlestown, we can bring these guys. This is what sucks here. Now we have only single company surviving. But we're gonna leave them there. And we're gonna get out with these guys and... Maybe just George Washington. The problem here is that I have no idea where they're gonna land, so could be a bit difficult. I was talking about the language learning. So as I said, I studied Russian, and had a very bad Russian teacher. He was speaking with heavy Serbian accent all the time. But it's a very easy language if you're of Slavic origin. If you speak like one Slavic language, it's very easy to learn the second. It's like if you know, I don't know, Spanish and French or Spanish and Portuguese, it's very similar. But for me, English was a very big problem for a long time. I think we're gonna have to pay for it. What kind of guns do you need? Civilian. Yeah. I was saying that, like, languages are very difficult to learn. I hope these guys are moving. You just need, like, some motivation. When I started to care about English was when I started to play some online video games. Even a bit before that, I used to watch a lot of American shows or British shows. But this is where I really started to care. Yeah, I did, but I have a lot of practice, so this is one of the reasons. Need to check a lot of stuff. For example, I never studied Spanish, and I speak Spanish pretty well. Well, I don't speak Spanish that well. I understand pretty much everything. But when it comes to speaking, maybe not so much, to be honest. I lied. We can get you out, even though this might not be the best idea ever. Trust me, there are a large number of birds and Americans who do not speak their native language very well. You always have people like that, I'm afraid. Regardless of the country. We have to do something about these places. But sometimes you can, sometimes you cannot. Maybe depending on when they were destroyed. But a war with the native tribes really cost us dearly. I was expecting to have a lot of fun, but it was a pain in my butt. Maybe I should speed it up. How big is this settlement? We can actually replenish some of the guys. Get there. Yeah, they should be replenished. Yeah, basically it was that. You can actually move to the west and you can see a lot of natives. And when I say a lot, I mean like tens of thousands of natives. But very close to the, like on the east side of Appalachian Mountains, not so many of them. Or the settlements are very small. Destruction of Port-au-Prince. The French, fearing a British invasion, are destroying their own port and infrastructure in Port-au-Prince, Haiti. This will weaken the presence of the French in the West Indies and will be forced to regroup their army and navy. I guess I should be happy about it. We could get some naval officers, but we can go there. Resource consumption, main ship. Yeah, maybe we could do this one. Water attrition is also really good. Yeah, let's go for water attrition. You can actually have a lot of fun fighting the natives, but we were really hard-pressed so far, and I did not have the time to organize an expedition into the native territory. And one fun thing about the previous session, somebody reported me for hate speech because I used the expression of ethnically cleansing the natives. He said like I was calling for a genocide. Like, Jesus Christ. I could not explain that this is a video game, not a real life. But some people are very difficult to see on to understand on the internet, so yeah, I think we're gonna say so. The problem with Iroquois is that, you know, their positioning. We need to hire. Oh, we already have an officer here. Look at those construction points. 4.7. That's insane. I'm fairly sure that officers get better over time, and they can get insanely good at something. If you leave them be for some time, they can get really, really good at things. Which, you know, it's a good mechanic. Now the big question is where they're gonna land. They can land like here. They can land here. They can land closer to Savannah. This could be a challenge, to be honest. We have a superior force, and I'm gonna try to pull them here. And also we're gonna get these guys out. That is so petty. I called that comment. It was we're seeing building. I have seen for sure. Yeah. When it comes to internet, you just cannot really count on people to be serious. Sometimes people are trolling you, or sometimes people are, you know, just bored, have nothing to do, and gonna annoy the hell out of you. And it's not gonna hurt the channel. It's like, I don't know, we're gonna lose the monetization on the live. It's like $1 or $2. It doesn't really matter. What matters is that, you know, if something is seen as problematic, YouTube would not recommend the content to people. They later on they kind of fixed it. They went back for it because it's the dumbest thing ever. But still, as I said, sometimes you can see a lot of shit on this platform. Pretty much anywhere. I'm not sure if we're still losing money. But I can say for sure that we're not selling as much as we did before, just because of the destruction of some of our cities. No, I don't really have Twitch. I only do YouTube. Can we engage those guys? Come on, come on. They're gonna take Savannah. I think that we should be engaging them here. We're gonna play defensive, and we should engage them. Yeah, to be honest, I never understood the concept of Twitch that much. I used to play like League of Legends. That was a very, I'm not sure if you know the game, but it was a very toxic game, and I was very competitive. So sometimes I would watch people like pro players on Twitch when I was seriously younger. I don't know, like 5 years ago, or maybe even more than that, maybe 6, 7 years ago. But I'm not a Twitch fan. I also think that it's very difficult to watch a stream on Twitch. Just because of, you know, how it looks. They have very limited bandwidth on Twitch. And I would like to stream on 2K here, but just my internet is shitty. The British General looks like a portrait of naval officer. Did not really look, to be honest. Let me check here. And I always feel like enemies get benefit of a doubt when it comes to hills. Look at this. How good of a position this is for them. They have a lot of batteries, of course. They have Cav Regiment. Luckily for us, they have no mortars. And this should be... Sometimes I'm not sure. Are these guard units? Or grenadier units? It could be both. Interesting. I think we're gonna fall back. We're gonna wait for our reinforcements to arrive. What are these? These are mortars. One of the problems with mortars and cannons in general in forests is that they have a lower rate of fire. They don't do less damage, they just have lower rate of fire. So you need to keep them like in the open if you want them to do more damage. And the problem with skirmishers is that they have calves, so we cannot really be aggressive with our skirmishers, trying to slow them down. We're gonna leave these points for the enemy to take, and we're gonna just politely fall back. Until we get reinforced, and maybe we can take them into a pincer movement, depending on where our reinforcement is gonna come from. But it should come from here, I guess. That would be northeast. We have a lot of cav. Usually it's bad to have a lot of cav, to be honest, because you get reckless with it and you lose it big time. Like I did a couple of times during the last streams. When you have like very limited cav, maybe two regiments max, you kind of worry more about them. They still haven't fixed this. Now they look like grenadiers. Yeah, there's some kind of a glitch. I'm not sure if their stats are any different. No, these are stats of... Oh, damn it. I did not give them... Okay, next time. But these are stats of a guards unit. It just they look like a grenadier unit. It's a visual glitch. Nothing else. By the way, grenadiers are better in melee than guards. That's it. But the guards are better at range. So let's start the battle. We're gonna pause the game real quick. I'm gonna lock my scroll button so it doesn't really scroll away. And how far can we go, actually? How big of a cowards can we be? I can think of being a big coward. Maybe even going all the way back here. These guys gonna form a rear guard here, and we're gonna have some skirmishers doing the same. I really wish that I need to check some of the hotkeys. Like in Total War, if you like press space, you can see all the units and where they're gonna be placed. I don't think this is possible in this game. I think they should implement that. I'm gonna use Shift 1 for these guys. And the Shift 2 for these guys as well. Gonna go back. Those guys should actually go to this flank. I feel like we're not gonna get reinforced from this flank. George Washington will go back. We have our supply regiment. Supply wagons. We're gonna put them... somewhere. Let's push these guys to the left flank. These guys are gonna go to the right flank. And with the rest, maybe we should stay in the middle. And just see what happens. I don't know. Okay, I forgot about you guys. Enemy cav is pushing aggressively here. Maybe our cav can match their aggressiveness. We have advantage, so let's have some fun with them. And if they're overstretching, we can deal with them successfully. We're gonna have some infantry support. Come on, guys. Come up. Maybe we're a bit late. Oh yeah, they're routing. We just got reinforced. Perfect. I think I'm gonna take a pause. British are very aggressive. They have one cavalry company left here. They're pushing with their infantry in the center for sure. But this should open them for our flanking maneuver. What should we do here? Should we continue to retreat, or we should just try to hold our ground here? I think we should continue to retreat in the center, and we're gonna buy some time for our flanks to develop properly. Because I expect more reinforcements. I don't think this is it. Oh, here they are. Here they are. We're gonna go to the right. All the way here. And with those guys as well. To the right. I was just hoping they're gonna come up with, you know, combined companies, but could be a bit of an issue for us here. We're already gonna position our mortars to wait for the British. I think I need to check their equipment as well. I think we still have some smaller howitzers. Yeah, push the right flank. We also gonna try to use our skirms. Since I gave them Pennsylvania rifles, our skirmishers are really dominating the battlefield. I really like their performance. Before that, I was not impressed, but with Pennsylvania rifle, they're performing so damn well. We're gonna be more aggressive here. These guys gonna move up. And we have a lot of calves, so we're just gonna... Those guys are broken. And we're gonna break those in front of us. Need to increase the volume. I cannot hear them properly. Can we do something here? It would be really good if we could annihilate their skirmishers. But I'm afraid they're gonna run away. Okay. We're just gonna switch. Go into them. We're gonna fall back with our cap. Seems like enemies rather close. With these guys, we're gonna fall back. We're gonna be falling back as well. Our line infantry should also try to retreat. We would like to expose them, but we first need to get into position. We are laying down the trap. Maybe our left flank is pushing too fast. Could be the case. We're gonna have maybe 3 companies here, a single regiment, and we're gonna have those guys really going far into the distance. Okay, our mortars are working rather well. There is a small gap, but we're gonna put our cavalry here in case they try to do something. Yeah, I think we actually have to go back with our mortars. I kind of messed up here. That's bad. You guys gonna hold where you are? Maybe we could show some love with these guys. We're really far away. Actually, yeah. I'm messing up so, like, big time. We're gonna do this. And here we should be having superiority, I believe. This game will be so cool in a multiplayer environment. But I don't think we're gonna see multiplayer, unfortunately. Just gonna do this. Don't think that our guys will be able to go there on time. As we said, we're just gonna try to retreat. Oh, come on. Know where you are. Open fire. Buy some time for our guys. And I think that we need to reform here as well. This is really awkward. Can I hear charging enemy? Or enemies charging? Oh yeah, they're coming in here. We're just gonna retreat. Whenever you pull this off, their charge would go off. And now we can manually retreat. Let's come a bit closer. I said that you should be staying out of forested area. But yeah, I kind of messed up. You guys can go back. You guys gonna go back as well. We're gonna use our skirms on the flank. These guys, yeah, run there. What's happening with our cav? I hope we can try to go on the flank as well. Okay, I'm getting confused a little bit of what is what and what is where. I'm gonna use shift 3, I guess. I didn't use this one. And those guys gonna be shift 4. We're gonna try to go after their artillery. This is the view from the British perspective. Cannot really wait to play as British. Would be a really cool experience. You guys also. We're being heavily pushed on this flank. These guys are gonna break soon if we don't do something, so we're just gonna run. These guys had to reinforce the center. And we're gonna push with these guys just to match our primary lines. How about here? Okay, we were being fired upon. But as we said, it doesn't matter. As long as we manage to escape, we're gonna have a reserve line. We're gonna have skirmishers as well. They should be used on the extremes of the flanks, but I think I need to zoom out. It's a bit of a problem. With those guys as well, we're gonna fall back. We're gonna form a new line, and you guys gonna do just that. Have to position better. We're gonna use our cav. Do we have any? I'm gonna use cavalry from the center. Where are these guys? Can we take those points? And we can go straight for the enemy artillery. And once again, mortars are dominating the battlefield big time. We're gonna hold. These guys did 70 kills. 61, 45, 57. What the hell? Sometimes units can be very confused of where they should be. Come on. Fall back. not sure if we need to use our cav on this side. You guys are just gonna charge in and try to kill whatever they have. Come on. We're taking some of the points just to prevent them from winning like that. And is this time for the offensive? Or should we stay where we are? Let's push up. Just because they're coming back. Yeah, we're gonna reposition. Excellent. We are chasing them back, and how about here? We're gonna come very, very close into their face. With these guys, we're gonna flank. Our artillery still has the range, so we should be fine. Now their artillery is actually approaching here, so we should maybe stay where we are. Oh no, changed my mind. Charge in. Uh, 68 kills, 89 kills. These guys are very far away. This is why they didn't do much. But we need to stop you guys from firing. I think that we survived a very difficult period in this game. With everybody just fighting you, it was really bad. But I believe that we managed to pull off very difficult situation. Maybe not this battle. I'm talking about the situation in general. With everybody against us, this was really, really hard. Come on. Push on this side. We're gonna push on that side. Just gonna try to cut them off. These guys are just chilling. We're gonna catch them. You guys can go slightly back. Let's capture them. Maybe our infantry is a bit further away. One of the dangers is that they're gonna fight. Sometimes they fight you, depending on how big their company is. And this could lead to losses, of course. They perform worse as long as they're flashing like this. But they can still do some harm. Some Brits are running away. Can we chase after them? I think they can escape far, but we might be forced to chase after them. Yeah, just continue this way. With those guys as well. We have some skirmishers. How well did they do? These guys did phenomenal. 81 kill. We're gonna go after bigger companies. Can we speed it up? It will be better. Come on. Chase after them. We have those guys. We gotta charge in as well. And I think that's it. Pretty much. We're gonna wait for their conditioning to improve, and then in case we have to chase after the remnants of the enemy army. Guys, I made a Discord channel. If you ever want to chat with me, if you ever want to play some games with me, you know, feel free to join. It should be in the description below every video. At least I hope so. So, as I promised you, we can play some games during the weekend. Usually Sunday, I believe, would be the best time. Because usually people don't do much on Sunday. And we can vote, we can agree on things, we can, yeah. Andrews. So feel free to join the Discord channel. It's free. So, yeah. Unfortunately, Ultimate General is not a multiplayer game, but we can play something else. As I said, we can play some siege battles in Total War. We can play whatever you like. We can play some shooters. I'm a big fan of Hell Let Loose. It's a really, really good game. I did not check on my casualties. We're gonna put some guys in Savannah. We're gonna move some guys elsewhere. And we should be pushing the British. These guys are here. And again, we need to put them into different places in New York. What's happening with Fort Clinton? Okay, it's under construction, but for some reason it's showing like it's being raided. These guys can go to New Haven. Again, we had like 30 loyalty in Hartford, but probably because of casualties again.
Push through. Regroup here.
We lost some of it. By the way, guys, I've seen people talking about this on Discord channel. Do you think that 5 generals is sufficient? 5 commanders? I kind of think it is. People disagree with me. People say, "Oh yeah, it's very difficult to manage everything on the map with only 5 commanders." But I think it's forcing you to strategize, if that makes sense. I would like to replenish these guys. But where do we go? Charleston? Oh boy. Norfolk. But where's Norfolk? I bet I saw it somewhere, but I have no idea where it is. Leicester, Middleborough. Maybe it was this one. This is Norwalk. Any help, guys? Okay, Albany, Saratoga, Fort Herkimer. Virginia. Oh, here it is. We have nothing here. Thank you. Thank you, Indiana. We have nothing here. It's a huge problem now. How far is the... We're very, very far away. I guess we have to leave immediately. We're gonna join the brigade here. We have no time to recover. We're just gonna have to go south. We have some troops in Baltimore, and maybe they can help us slightly. We're gonna need George Washington. Nah, this is not George Washington. This is General Gates. Petersburg. Norfolk, we're gonna abandon this position. On board. I actually never used this option. Just misclicked. You can put your guys onto ships. But we should be forming some kind of defensive ring. I want to allow them to take some of the settlements, and then we're gonna try to deal with them. How about here? We also gonna need these guys big time. We're gonna get out, then we're gonna go somewhere. I'm moving as a headless chicken, so I apologize for it. But even for me, it's not really clear where I'm going. Halifax. And hopefully we're going to get some guys here. I can upgrade this one. A guy from Baltimore. You're any serious fort that we can count on. Have guys in here. Should we go for... Now let's go for a couple of things. But we're also gonna go south. Come on. A really big force, about 7,000 men. I'm just worried that they have cav. If they don't have cav, we have a chance to basically catch up with them. But if they have cav, this will be very, very difficult situation. Petersburg, of course. And if I lose settlements, I would prefer to lose them in the north, because I feel like I have some forces there. Could we actually send some of you guys there? Let's try to reinforce. Maybe we're still losing money. Let me check something. We want to see provisions. I have 10,000 provisions. But we actually have much more than that, because a lot of provisions are stored in the settlements, and on top of that we have the provisions there. So maybe we can consider selling some of them. But they're very cheap. They're like, I think, 8 per provision. So maybe not really worth selling in a classical sense. Charlestown. We're getting some extra recruits, which is great. You guys can stay in Savannah, and George Washington can stay the same. And how about we actually use our fleet for something? We have a massive fleet. Oh, these are Frenchies. We have to be careful. 17 ships. Let me go to foreign relations. Can we try to make things better with France? Things should be better a bit. Maybe even we stop a war. I just want to prevent them from raiding us once again. Because we can deal with British invasions, but with French invasions as well, that's more difficult thing to do. We already have some folks here. And we have a defensive ring. With Nathaniel Green, let me check. We're gonna change this one. Chief of Intelligence. We're gonna get direct data from where the British are going. And based on that, we're gonna know what to do properly. I hope so, at least. Let me just check the stream. Seems to be working well. Yeah, our army's coming in. Okay, now we're in danger of actually waging war with Spain as well. I think if you have over 40% tensions with a foreign force, you can end up in a war. That would be devastating for us, to be honest. They have landed. And they're slowly moving up. We have some forces here. Maybe we can try to engage. Come on. We need to try to retake it. Are you gonna really fight us here? Let's start the battle. Nevertheless, we're gonna make a short work out of them. As long as they don't flee. Let's start. You're coming in. As always, we have some mixed force of militia and fusiliers. Try to unite them as far as we can. Is these guys gonna go there? These guys gonna move like this? Is this a safe position to be in? Just might be. Those guys, we're gonna move forward. General Gates. Let's start a battle. Let's try to reposition. With our skirms, they're gonna benefit from this position here. Actually, they really like, you know, fields and everything. So, as I said, a really good position for our skirmishers. We're gonna have these guys on the flank. We're gonna have these guys a bit further away. We're gonna have 2 combined companies in reserve, I guess. General Gates can stay where he is. Yeah, but this is a serious army. Gonna exchange fire with them. Hunter rifle. We're gonna hold. And we're just gonna hope that our mortars will do the rest. They're pushing heavily on this flank, so I'm just gonna reinforce it. Maybe put General Gates more to the left. Actually, you guys gonna target them? The same should be here. We should always be targeting center of the mass. If that makes sense. Because of AoE damage. Are they gonna charge here? Come on. They have to... Oh, yeah. Maybe this is a bad exchange for our guys, so let's just click to fall back. And they gave up. Can we charge in? I don't think we can catch them. This is one of the biggest issues. But I'm gonna try. Let's go. You should also be able to do more damage to the enemy when they're retreating. And I'm gonna cease fire with my cannons. I think it's enough. Let's speed it up. Go! Let's kill them. When running, enemies have no fatigue, so they can run forever, and your troops cannot. So I'm not sure if this was this is a bug or this was a purposeful development by programmers. Maybe they wanted to give AI a bit more of a chance when fleeing the battlefield. 50. Basically, we lost the company size. Guys, feel free to say hello if you're new to the stream. Any questions about the game? I'm gonna do my best to answer. Open fire! I'm afraid that big force is coming here, so we really need to reinforce Halifax. Get out with these guys. Reinforce it. General Gates. Actually, we're gonna move here. Oh, come on, come on. Let's move. Damn it. We're gonna have these guys, Morgan rifles. I need to pause it. We're gonna pay for it. I don't care. I just need my men to be in position to strike at the enemy. General Green, come on. I don't care if they decide to go to Petersburg because we're getting a lot of reinforcements and we're gonna wreck them if they stay here. We just wanna prevent them from breaching the south. I'm gonna fall back here. As we said, slowly buying time. Maybe spreading them under, you know, wide terrain. Come on. We don't have any cavalry close.
Charge forward here. Victory or death.
I hate that I cannot see what's happening. They charge our Morgan rifles. Let's fall back.
Aim true. Flank them.
Let's force them into a battle, and we're gonna try to kill as many of them as we can. The bigger the conquest, the more difficult it is to defend it. That's for sure. Especially this area around Virginia, and I was warning about it even before in previous streams, if you guys saw it. This really sucks here. We're gonna lose probably this regiment here. Because they're pincered. We're gonna go. Oh. It's really hard to be here. What is this? This is a mortar. Maybe mortar can save the day. I wish we had some kind of cav. But we can be aggressive here. And try to prevent these guys and converging on them. So, we're gonna do this one. A bunch of skirms. I think they should go here rather than here. With mortar can hit anywhere. The only problem is that these guys are really far away. So we're gonna bring you up close. Do you have the range? Seems like no. These are howitzers. And these are mortars, so we gotta bring them up. General Green can come close. We're gonna stop it, and then we're gonna push with pretty much everything we have. We will try to be as aggressive as possible here. Come on. We need to try to salvage the situation. With those guys, just like that. And with these guys, I don't know. We will try to form a defensive line. Yeah, but I'm really worried about these guys here. They're being, pummeled by both sides. Not gonna be easy for them to survive. I would really love to charge this. Because they just shot their shot, so to speak it. Now is our time. Charge in. We're gonna hold the line with our skirmishers. Let's reposition. You guys stand where you are. Oh, we should retreat. They're gonna get wrecked here, but stop. Open fire. This one is good. Oh, damn it. What? This is really bad. This is really bad. We have to flee. I have to flee from here. But where do we flee? It's a really big question. Come on, guys. Just a bit more. We should try to do something about it so that both parties cannot spawn the same part of the map. Now, would these guys be gonna flee, as we said? Okay, we captured their cannon, their battery. To be precise, we're gonna do something here. You guys gonna move forward. We're gonna need you. Everybody, pretty much. We're gonna reform the lines. These are Morgan rifles, right? Yep. We're gonna try not to lose them. Hope our mortar team survives. They have a lot of experience. Would be bad to, again, lose them as well. British are also trying to retreat to their lines, so we will see who will have more success. Come on. Do we have any additional reserves here? You guys can actually move a bit forward. We gotta hold. You're overly exposed, so we're gonna do this. And we're gonna make an effort to flank them as far as wide as we can. Our mortar is moving into position. We have some tactical reserve in the center. Maybe we should push them to the left flank. And yeah, let's move there. Just hold where you are. Just hope they're gonna position properly. "36 kills, not great. Are you guys gonna go back? Is there anything left here? We forgot about Nathaniel Green.
To your death.
Let's try to reform once again. We're being overly aggressive on this flank, but it's paying off. We're pushing them back. We're going way too wide here. Let's reconnect with these guys. And we're gonna reconnect with those guys. How are they fleeing? For our troops. Come on, they should surrender. That's good. Although we took a canister round from our own guys. A very bloody battle. Really awkward positioning, and our guys are losing melee. Come on, just hit them. You should already be tired. Okay, now we gotta be more aggressive, for sure. Yeah, I would not like to see the casualty report after this one. Only 20 kills. These guys 26. Our artillery did not do much. But it was that kind of battle. Like, really poor positioning, and if we did not engage here, it could have been worse for our Morgan rifles. Like this, we're gonna replenish them. Not gonna lose the regiment. I hope they work a bit more on the sound of the game. Let's go back. Let's do this one. And we're gonna try to position properly. Let's speed it up. We're just gonna take them out. Perfect. Well, it was not a perfect battle, that's for sure, but, you know, we did what we could under the circumstances, and I guess it was rather okay. Let me check. 1,000 casualties. They basically took 3,000 casualties. With missing as well. Not terrible. Once again, guys, say hello to the stream. Feel free. Whoever writes in the chat, I'm going to give him a regiment after him. I'm going to name the regiment after him. So, yeah. You have some incentive. I think we didn't do that last stream, but this stream I'm going to go back to it. Nathaniel Green. I'm gonna go for movement speed or experience. Come on, like, what's happening with these invasions? Is this a joke? Like, we're fighting invasion after the invasion. Experience. Which one? I don't think ammo is that important at this stage of campaign. We have sufficient ammo, but the problem is that, you know, I think I'm gonna go with this one. They have 2,500, so maybe with the help of these guys and with these guys, we could deal with the enemy successfully. With the rest, for Jones, they're going for Georgetown or Charlestown? Didn't see, damn it. I'm just gonna turn this off so it doesn't bother me anymore. But regardless, we have to move into a different position. Guys from Savannah, we just cannot catch a break. I cannot remember, like, this is the third invasion in a row. We're gonna move it and we're gonna see where the Navy goes as well. Pretty much everybody here. Go there. We have you guys. You're also gonna come with us to Georgetown in case they try to land on that side. Morgan rifles. We haven't... look at this one. These guys got completely annihilated. We're gonna try to capture what we can. General Gates, reposition. As we said, go with those guys. And we're just gonna surround Norfolk and destroy it. Seems like they're going for Georgetown, considering the course. What? I have no idea what just happened.
Regroup here.
Maybe because we have very high loyalty. Pretty much everywhere. You guys gotta get out, and this is basically our... I'm absolutely new. Can I have a supply regiment? Norman. Yeah, sure. Next time I play a British campaign, I'm gonna give you that Storm and Norman regiment. Nolos is wiped out their last force in the south. They actually still have some forces. Maybe not able to conduct offensive operations anymore, considering that we had a very bloody battle at the end of the last stream, I think, or I don't know. There've been so many battles that I don't even remember anymore. You guys are gonna move to Georgetown as well, but it's a really, really big army. And I feel like we're gonna be chasing after them.
Push through.
Whatever happens, we should be positioned together. Come on.
Moving.
Can you move faster? We do not want to face British piecemeal. That would be a terrible thing to do. But if we face them together, we have a solid chance of beating them. Oh, we have to be more aggressive here. Come on. They're gonna flee. I hate this. You're gonna take the fort. Come on. We have to be aggressive. We have to initiate the contact here. You gonna stop and take Kingston? Seems like it. We want to prevent their force from actually doing that. Interesting. It says that they have numerical superiority, and even with these guys, we should be around equal numbers. But we have mortars and they don't. Oh, look at this. I think that this event that had like 0-0 uprisings is because to have like uprising, I think it happened to me at like 55% loyalty. Usually if it's below 40%, it can occur anytime. If it's about 50, 55 to 60, can occur sometimes, and over 60% I've never seen settlement rebel or switch sides, basically. And because we're paying a lot of money with, oh, this is where actually our money goes. I completely forgot. I'm gonna check the doctrines a bit later, but this is the reason. While we are losing so much money, we're paying a couple of doctrines in the south. I think in Georgia, in South Carolina, North Carolina, maybe even Virginia. I'm not sure. We're paying for sure like 3 or 4 doctrines on a colonial level to increase loyalty. It's one per week, and every single one costs, I think, 6,000-7,000 per week. It's a major expenditure. So how do we position our army? These guys go a bit wrecked. We're gonna go like shift 1 and shift 2. We have General Washington. It's not the best defensive position, and we're really counting on getting reinforced. So once again, I believe we're gonna I guess I'm not gonna join these guys. They're gonna move to the left flank, but mortars, we're gonna fall back with them like that. This is a howitzer. We have a lot of mortars. I think we can take them even head on. Maybe. Maybe, but let's not be too optimistic. Oh, actually, we have another of these guys. We have another guard unit. But look how they change colors. From guards, they become grenadiers. But as I said before, it's just a visual glitch. It doesn't change the stats of the unit. So no, not a biggie. These are actually our first Fusilier regiments. When you're started with your campaign, you can actually see these guys. That means that they are your starters. Later on, uniforms change into blue, but these are our original guys from the start of the campaign. So it's really cool to know that they are still with us here to this date. They survived. But because they have no cav, I think we're gonna do some skirmishing with our guys. Let me form a line with these guys. Oh, we have more skirmishers, that's for sure. I just couldn't find them for some reason. We're gonna form a rear guard as we usually do, and I'm gonna give them shift 5. And we gotta be retreating with these guys. Our guard unit can maybe control the center or control the flank. Like flank would be more in danger because we have. Hey Del, it is Love from World of Tanks. I don't know. Do you guys play World of Tanks? We're gonna shift our cav on this flank. You guys gonna spread out on that one. And we're just gonna dig in, so to speak. But with our mortars, we should be falling back. I cannot believe that you randomly met somebody that you know in the chat. What are the odds for something like this happening? I'm uniting disunited families. Thank me later. But it's sometimes really cool when you find somebody you haven't seen in a long time. Let us reposition. We're gonna have those guys way into the woods. Into the woods. Let's go. Mr. RJB11. Very close to turning the tides, but the British had like 3 major invasions. This is the 3rd one we're dealing in. Consecutive invasion. So, they're no more French. But, yeah. I'm trying to kind of stop the war with French troops, but we'll see if we're successful or not. We're just buying some time with our skirmishers to get some reinforcements. Oh yeah, boy, get wrecked. I hope this is our reinforcements, but nope, it's not. We have to keep an eye on them because they're gonna try to charge in, I'm sure. We broke their skirms, but they're flanking us. We have to wait a bit longer. You guys gonna go 2 different positions, of course. Are they charging in? Maybe not yet. I think I've never seen such a placeholder name, like John Smith. Oh my god. Is this your real name, mate? Special. Okay, I think our skirmishers are about to be encircled, so we're just gonna run back. Oh. Here come the natives. The cavalry is here. The flanking force is there. What's happening with our skirms? Being chased by the enemies. We're gonna bring you even closer. Maybe we're overloading on this flank. We're already exchanging fire. Just go mess up with them. You guys gonna move forward? I need to pause the game real quick until I can get everything in the line. We need some reserves. We don't have reserves here, so I'm gonna have to pull you guys back. No, you guys just like reposition, please. We are being flanked here. We're gonna hold with these guys. We're gonna hold with those guys, and we're gonna use our cav to maybe navigate the flank properly. We're gonna push really hard here with our mortars as much as we can. And it seems like mortars are significantly slower than other cannons, just because they're hand moved. If that makes any sense. They're moved by hand. You guys can actually go forward because this is damn it. Let's run back. I would like to squeeze you in if I can. That'll be better. We're gonna be holding. Maybe it's the time to move our cav right here. Ordinary line infantry, so I think we should be able to handle them. The problem is that they're controlling basically everything. You're gonna go and try to reposition. We're gonna lose some cav here for sure. We're gonna go back with these guys. As we said before, hold. You guys gonna fall back. I think you guys did enough. Here we're being flanked big time. Not looking that great, to be honest, and we don't have a lot of reserves here. We're gonna cut this flank like this. Bring some more reserves to the table. Oh, come on. Charge in. Also gonna charge directly here. Okay, these guys are focusing on the center, so Let's push a bit more, hoping to envelop them here. Okay, those guys are routing. Our guys are routing. The problem is everything is happening so damn fast. Oh, you're gonna stop where you are? Our mortars are so far away. And we're just gonna charge in and try to take them out. We're waiting for you, my friend. War crimes are waiting. Are we tired? Can we continue to push? Our cav is gonna get destroyed. Let's stop with these guys. Come on. We should be able to force them to flee. What the hell is this positioning? Come on. We need to do a better job. I feel like we're winning in the center, but we're not so convincing on the flanks. Maybe even left flank is doing okay. We should retreat here. It's not that special. Let me see. We had a meal at a tavern and refused to pay about 20 minutes ago. Oh, Afoten. Hi, man. Welcome to the stream once again, guys. I'm really glad to see you. I guess we gotta fold here. It's not looking great. Yeah, this company's no more. Okay, we have to retreat here.
Fire!
Come on. We're gonna try to take them out here. And I really messed up. I need to pause the game. Maybe zoom out. Yeah, it's that's the problem. These guys are getting fucked, so maybe prevent that from happening. The problem is that they are thin in the center, but they're always kind of focusing too much on the flanks. And I was hoping that this flanking force will be able to push them back, but it cannot. So I don't know. In the center, we were winning just because of mortars. These guys did nothing. How do you guys have 4 kills? How is that humanly possible? These guys only 14? Is this a joke? We've been fighting for quite some time now. They have to do better. We have some cav here. The problem is the cav is depleted and tired. We have some POWs on this side. And I don't really want to charge in their line infantry. We have some reserves, so maybe employ them here. These guys, can you fire canister? I think we could try to do something here. Okay, we capture some of them, and we're gonna try to retreat across the pond. Do we have any extra cav here? Are they all gone? These guys are being destroyed. With those guys, we're gonna target different units. Just gonna hold. You're gonna buy some time for these guys to rest, and then we can move up. Okay, now is the time for us to charge. Let's hold. There should be a guards unit. We need you as well. Just demolish them. Oh yeah, they're starting to break here. We might have some hope. Oh, come on. Get wrecked. We can actually go after them. Do not allow them to come back. With everybody else, we're gonna reposition once again. Go back to your cannon. Our guys are just breaking easily. We have a morale issue, so to speak. Oh. We're gonna try to sweep here. Oh yeah, we won. Finally, we won. I don't know how, but somehow we won. Did not look good. I'm literally walking with my equipment and listening to this though. Headphones. Assume we are losing. We are actually winning. We won the battle, but it was a very bloody one. It was a very... I think they maybe even had more men than we did. And whenever you have to wait for your reinforcements, it's never a good deal. Now you guys can stop firing, actually. You guys keep firing. The problem is that Indiana is giving them intel. So we cannot do much. They know all of our weaknesses. He's like a Santa Claus to them. Let's charge in. Somebody's still firing. How do you have like 12 kills? Is this possible? Is this glitching out? I truly hope it's glitching out. But wait, what is the difficulty you play on? Maybe you're playing on harder difficulty? Ugh. I tried playing on hard, but it was really difficult. Although I did it for like a very short time. Maybe hour and a half. Like, I struggle when it comes to taking Boston. Because, as I mentioned before, it's, you need to have numerical superiority. If you want to take Boston early on, but I just didn't have numerical superiority at any time. I said we're going to start the hard campaign when I finish this, this campaign. But our mortars did nothing. Basically, the entire game, they did nothing. I do not know why. Maybe the numbers are just glitching out, or... Yeah, I guess you have to be very careful of how you play it. Early on, you kind of maybe have to save scam to survive early on. Because if you have the same numbers and inferior army, even the enemy's outnumbering you, I don't think you can win physically. AI is not that bad by nature of the game. I don't think you can easily pull it off. But I'm not a great player, so maybe there are people that can actually do something about it. We have a lot of guys here. I forgot about them. Just gonna try to force them to flee and surrender. Oh, it's my buddy Dickie. Katana. I'm gonna charge in. And hopefully they'll surrender. And you guys gonna stop firing for real. 90 kills, 55, 103 kills. This is the only mortar that actually did something. We have to kill them here because they're in the open field. They can run. I would say it's going okay-ish. Not great. We're fighting them off, but you just keep coming. Let's chill for a second. Some of them gonna run away, but we're gonna try to catch many of them, or as many as we can. Politics lore, sure. Give me a second. They actually had more troops than we did. Interesting. Losses 4,000, 6,000. Not too bad. Okay, politics. We stopped fighting with Iroquois. actually the end of the last stream, and we also stopped fighting with, I think, Miami's. I'm not sure. I'm just gonna take a look for a second, and I'm gonna show you, and gotta see for myself. I'm trying to get in better relations with French. Let me check here. Yeah, we are fighting. No, actually, we are only fighting Miami's now. I'm hoping to lower down tensions with the French, and we don't really get any bad surprises a bit later, because I'm expecting them to also invade. They took it and then they disappeared. Let's go after them. But we're so beat that, you know, it would be very hard for us to chase after them.
Hold the line.
Is that where you are? By the way, this is our brigade. Surprise!
Flank them.
We are already exhausted. Yeah. That's a really good one. I was talking about it. The hate brigade. Oh my god. I'm gonna have problems for this. Let me check. Are we getting into position here? Yeah, we are. We're gonna join the brigade and we're gonna mess them up big time. If we go to colonies management, right here, we said that we are paying a couple of propaganda doctrines. South Carolina, North Carolina. Can I find Georgia? Actually, we cannot do it in Georgia because we do not have sufficient territories. In Virginia, there's nothing. So basically speaking, we only have one. We only have two. How good or bad is the situation here? It's 92. It's 82. It's 89. Our guys are really out of stamina, but you're gonna go straight into them. How big is Kingston? Kingston could actually work well for us. Let's get there, and we're gonna try to recover. We're also gonna employ some officers for recruits. We're paying good salaries. We should be able to have sufficient men to replenish. The problem is that we are being hit day and night, and we cannot really stop and recover. Morgan rifles, you guys gonna get there, and we're gonna replenish that company that's missing. But we're gonna give you again Pennsylvania rifle. These guys got messed up real bad. We can go with militia. Just switch real quick. Or Brown Bess. And these guys also gonna be Brown Besses. I guess we need to reinforce some of the settlements on this side. Camden, Elizabethtown. Nathaniel Green can also move on that side. We're very weak here. I hate it doesn't say. Guys, feel free to say hello in the chat. If you have, again, any questions about the game, I'm gonna try to help you out. We're gonna put no doctrine here. I'm gonna save some money. Maybe slowly trying to recover with these guys as well. Armory. Warehouse. General Gates. Bartholomew. Let's position properly. We're gonna demolish them here. Actually, we don't really need you guys. Let me check. Yeah. You guys can actually go back north. If they invade in Philly or New York, we're gonna have some... Like, what the hell is this? Every few days there's another... This is the 4th invasion since we started. That is not very nice. Okay, we destroyed him. We have to go back. There is no way we can actually push in. You have gone from 10 to 11 brown best about halfway through the last stream to 24k now. So you're making way more. It's not much about production. Let's go to production. So, I think we canceled production of brown besses. Yeah, we did. We have a lot of Spanish 55s and Charleville 66. The reason why we have this is because we're capturing a lot of British. That's it. Like, whenever you defeat the army, you're capturing their equipment. This is why I stopped producing it. It makes no sense anymore. We're getting a lot of ammo, though. Yeah, Stark as well. Like, maybe we can take a fort here. I'm gonna push George Washington. We also need to replenish. King Street. Now they're under the... Come on. Kind of have to go there. Give me a second. What are the victory conditions in this game? Run out the clock? I think so. Yeah, I think that you kind of have to wait until 81. This is where the campaign ends. Oh, 81, 91. Yeah, like it's something like that. We send some reinforcements. Let's go into this one. We have calves, so I don't think they can actually take it. Ferguson rifles, no, really. Let me check. What is the morale here? Charge damage. Okay, we're destroying them here. They're running away.
Form line.
Do we really fight them here? Maybe. Yeah, let's fight. I will try to anchor the defenses here as much as I can, capturing the forts. But how effective it will be, I don't know. Yeah, the war should end in 81. Officially, I think it was 83, but they were like a 2 years of lull in the fighting. But I have never played up to this. I played the campaign a couple of times, but never finished it because of bugs and problems. Upgrades and stuff. Actually gonna join up these guys here. Let's try to reposition. And we're gonna bring up our mortars. Hoping for them to carry the day here. If they can't, nobody can. Our skirmishers are almost non-existent at this point. The Napoleon style of warfare always amazes me. The soldiers had to have balls of steel just to stand there and wait for their time to shoot. I guess you're right. The problem was that you basically get pummeled by everything. In Napoleonic Wars, like, you have nicely packed lines, and you had the enemy artillery having a field day. I didn't want to come very close. I'm just going to wait for them to fire their shot, and then we're going to move closer. Yeah, Cav was, at that point in time, would maybe... It was kind of useful, but maybe not in a classical sense. Like, if we talk about medieval period, where cavalry carried the day with armor and everything. We're going to move up. But cavalry had its purpose on the battlefield. The shift happened probably before. Look at this. Come on. The shift probably happened before, like with development of firearms. Although there were still some armors able to resist muskets. As the gunpowder got better, the guns got better as well. Cavalry became... heavy cav became obsolete. You have a cuirassier and stuff like that in the Napoleonic time period, but they were not so important. What was important was their flexibility. Even up to like World War I, you had classical cavalry. So cavalry was always important, but for different reasons. We're gonna stop firing with those guys as well. This is why the German word for sergeant translates as field usher. They pushed the men into the line and kept them there. The British Army, with their pontoons that were held like a level fence. I don't know, but like, what kind of life makes you go into line infantry? Okay, if you're French, you're kind of mobilized, but if you're British, you were not a conscript. So, what kind of life makes you go? The British weather was so bad that the guys had to go into fight Napoleon. But this was always the case. Yeah, I think that like if you read some stories about Roman centurions, they were very feared by their soldiers. And many times you had the cases of centurions being killed by their own soldiers. Six casualties. Okay, for a change, we did not take heavy casualties. We have to prepare for additional invasion, and yeah, I would say I'm mostly concerned about New York, Philly region. I'm gonna be putting some men there. In the 18th century, many saw the army as a career. I guess so. Some people, willed enough, even today, see army as a career. You know. Let's get there and take it. Mess them up, boys.
Charge forward.
Yeah, something like that. Let's get additional companies. It says like, this is a different regiment. Charlestown. We're gonna go for ironworks here, and what exactly? We have to fight them before they get any idea of reinforcements. You're gonna go straight up. I'm curious if we can fight them like this, if we don't have to go to the battlefield to fight them. Charging! Come on. This is mother of all the melees. Or melees.
Flank them.
I hope we can capture them. And we kind of did. Come on. Mess them up. Militia will carry the day. Are we under attack anywhere? I don't think so. I think we're a lot of officers.
Keep moving.
Let me check some of the cities that were annihilated by Iroquois. Gonna take forever to rebuild this. That's for sure. And now we have to garrison them because, yeah. Raids and stuff. We have you guys in Wyoming. We have a lot of guys here. I'm gonna take some of them and just push them into different settlements. These guys should go to New York, and those guys should not be there. What do you think the game lacks for now? I think that, like, as you can feel, maybe it's not glitching anymore. Like, not lagging as much. Machine guns, this is the right answer. For this type of British assaults, you need machine guns and like, actual mortars, like, I don't know, 60-inch, like 8-inch mortars, but modern ones. I think the game lacks multiplayer. I think it would be awesome to have a multiplayer. Maybe not a grand campaign, but just be able to play some battles with your friends. This is number one. Number two, lacks British campaign, big time. And when it comes to current state of the campaign, I think it's a little bit too much. I think it's too difficult for people to play. I've seen a lot of people complain on Steam how difficult the game is, even on easy difficulty. You need to know a heck of a lot of things about the game. Oh, Scott. Hey, everyone. About 3 months behind you, timeline-wise, in my campaign. Indians just decided to go to war with US, but no French yet. Helps watching you play to figure out what I want to do. I'm glad I'm out of help. I was talking about the game here, and I think that my biggest pet peeve or my biggest problem here would be also construction. I hope that this will not introduce major lag, as it was usually the case. Actually working smoothly. Maybe there was a memory leak or something. But as I talked about this before, and even on their Discord channel, I posted some ideas of how to solve this problem. Like, basically, you should have all the colonies here, like a colony, and then you have all the regions inside of the colony. It doesn't matter if it has like 15 regions, I don't care. So it should be here, and then every region, when you click on a region, you should see construction points for that specific region, and this will affect the regional level construction. So I can technically know how much time it takes to build something in a region. Like, I get this 100+ days and I have no idea what it means. Like, I literally have no idea what it means. So this is one thing. The next thing would be like, okay, I click on that region. I get like New York here. I get, there are 3 settlements here. I get all the construction from 3 settlements. And I can easily turn on, you know, construction officers. I can turn on recruitment officers, whatever, loyalty. I should be able to do that. Even if it takes the entire screen, I don't care. I just want to have everything here so I can easily navigate through the construction. This is one of the biggest issues with the game. The second biggest current issue with the game would be enemy retreating. As I said before, today we did not see as much of that, I believe, but we had more of a equal ground battles. But it's a very big problem that we were preparing for a battle for like 10 or 15 minutes, getting your men into position on the map, and then you enter the battlefield and you position them and you plan your strategy, you look at the map, and you basically waste 15 minutes and then the enemy immediately retreats. This is unacceptable, in my opinion. I talked with the developer. He said they're gonna fix it, and yeah, I think they maybe already did a little bit. So these are my biggest problems. So in the grand scheme of things, would be British campaign that we're waiting for a long time. Again, I understand that there are only a few developers, 6 to 8 developers working with this game. It's a huge project. It's a really, really big project. It's a normal thing that you're gonna have to fix bugs first, and they had problems with game crashing. They had problems with specific graphics cards, support, and stuff. So I understand. The second thing would be multiplayer. For $50 game, this game should have a multiplayer. Even the basic one. Also diplomacy. If we talk about the current state of the game, I think diplomacy is really bad. You should be able to seek an alliance with a force. You should be able to call it a day if you don't want to fight. Maybe offer something. I don't know. Like, you don't have a functional diplomacy here. So this is also a big issue. So I think this game has so much potential when it comes to raw materials, when it comes to construction. It's a really, really good game. But it needs a bigger pool of men. It needs a bigger team, I feel like. They would do much more if they had like 3 or 4 guys more working on the game. I think that they could do much more. But yeah. Julien Bourdanu? Bourdanu? I'm sorry, man. I have no idea how to pronounce your name. They must have more maps for fight. Not the same map. This is another thing. A lot of people complained about maybe previous Ultimate General games, like Civil War had better maps. Haven't played Civil War. I only see other people play a little bit, so I cannot say for sure. But I think that initial maps in New England are better than like now. Now I feel like they're recycling a lot of maps. Yeah, the retreating mechanics need to be fixed badly. $50. Yeah, it's a pricey game. Considering you know, everything, it's a pricey game. And we had the developer on the stream, and he said like it's out of my pay grade, and I completely understand. But I think that there will be less. Game is actually getting better on Steam. I think it's above 70% of upvotes. But one of the reasons was the price. This is one of the biggest issues. People complain about the sound of the game. People complain about the difficulty of the game. There are no tutorials, basically. If you want to play the game, you're pretty much on your own, figuring stuff out, and it takes a long time to understand things. And sometimes there are things that can be very confusing. If you go to here, you can see, like, if you look at the logistics, it says infrastructure adds infrastructure slots and builds additional roads in the region. It can be upgraded to levels 2 and 3. And look at this one. Let me go back. If I go to, if I just click on the region, and if I look at this one, here. It says the slot is locked because region doesn't have population. Yeah, it's a very contradictory thing. And I remember when I made a economic tutorial, somebody told me in the comment section, like, "Hey man, this is not correct. You don't have big enough population, and this is why the slots are locked." It's not the case. It just says so. But if you play the game, you kind of know how it works. You kind of figure stuff out over time, and this is why you should not be playing the game as it says, but as you feel. Sometimes you should judge the game a bit better. But for that, you need experience. You cannot really understand what mechanics are working and what mechanics are not working if you don't play the game. You have to spend a lot of hours. I spent like 250 hours in this game, maybe 300 hours in this game. So I have an idea, even though I never actually completed the campaign, I have an idea how things function, and I did a lot of testing and stuff. So you figure stuff out if you play enough. But game can be very tricky, especially games in early access. It tells you one thing, it does something completely different. We're getting a little bit more money, but money is not that big of a deal for us. We did lose million, basically. But it's not a huge deal. I think I'm gonna go back to Baltimore with these guys. What should we do? Maybe we should go to Petersburg as well. Gates.
Keep moving.
What are the British doing here? Sir Vax, you should maximize your market with auto buy and sell margins. Yeah, we actually have that. Now, we're selling a lot of stuff. I stopped selling ammo because we had training everywhere. I do not want to sell wagons, and provisions are very cheap. Like, if you try to sell them, like, what are we going to get? They're very difficult to obtain, but it's only like 25,000 for half of them. It's not worth it, in my opinion. But we're selling pretty much everything else. Here in resources, even horses. But we don't have a problem with production. If you... let me go to some other place. We're basically selling everything, even raw materials. If we go to production management, you can see here we have like 200 coal. We're just selling stuff. We have... we had 200 copper, iron. Like, we just have so many things here. And we're producing a lot of naval guns. We have unlimited production of naval guns, I think. This brings me to actually having a navy. I think it would be a smarter thing to bring our navy south, because this is where we are facing a lot of invasions. I'm afraid of the French navy. It will get so much harder late game, especially when the New York push comes. I was thinking that this will be a very easy game, to be honest. Considering my last playthrough, I was expecting, an easy time. But it's not the case. We are getting wrecked left and right. Pummeled into submission. We have a problem with the Spanish. I'm afraid that we're gonna get into some kind of war with them as well. Tensions with France are declining because declining, not declining. Because we are not really fighting them anymore. We destroy them. Let me revisit this one. Foreign relations. We are very close. 4 more days. I hope I will remember. And I'm gonna try to bring you guys south to like. Let's go to New Haven. I don't think this is necessarily connected to your success. I think it's more of a pre-scripted thing. Regardless of what is your current situation, if you're struggling, they're gonna be bringing those troops regardless. This is from what I've heard from developers. Might not be the case, might have some bad information, but as far as I could tell, it doesn't matter how well or badly you're doing in your campaign. They're gonna get their reinforcements. You can play proper navy in the end game. Take too much time to repair the navy. I don't really play the navy. I promised a subscriber that I'm gonna pick up the navy, but I suck. Like I haven't played navy in a very long time. We're gonna give you actual skirmishers. We're gonna give you this one. There are no forts here. Fort James? 496, but we're still waiting for that British invasion. Oh, we destroyed him. I think it's time for the British to be afraid. Is this a real navy? Are we chasing ghosts? How can I tell? I think that we should have some kind of advantage. We'll see. These guys are slowly marching. I think I'm gonna... How big is this settlement? 7,000 Richmond? Virginia? 8,000. We're gonna do this one for you. Are we there yet? Foreign relations. 2 more days. But the game is not easy. As I said before, the game is not a joke. Even if you play really well, I think you're gonna have some issues. Hartford, we do have Morgan rifles. Have these guys. We can get some lumber mill. Why not? Has Hope's forces arrived yet? House forces. I don't know. We had a bunch of invasions. I did not really pay much attention to who was invading. We dealt with French invasion of Canada. And we had the French landings as well to support that invasion. But, yep. Are we winning here? Yeah, we're 79. It's summer of 79. Should we cut this off? Wilmington. I think that Wilmington is somewhere in the south. Yep. Should have built the Navy, Bloody Navy in the south. Maybe they could have helped us with the invasion. Here it is. You destroy him outside New York? The 3 invasions at New York? Yeah, I got scared. Like, we had the invasions of New York a very long time ago. But what do we do with these guys? Do we abandon this and just like try to focus on Wilmington here? I think I should be paying for upgrade here into a fortress. Considering the level of invasions is to like a max, I think we should do something about the only fortress in this region. Should we send our guys from Camden? Yeah, I guess we should. George Washington was just chilling here. We can do some construction as well. Printing press, and we're gonna get this one. These guys did not really recover. Our subscriber brigade is depleted. We're gonna have to move you guys as well. Our cavalry did not recover. It kind of sucks left and right. We cannot really recover as quickly as I would like to. So we're gonna move everybody. We have a lot of reputation though. It's the only good thing. Let me check when it comes to research. Completely forgot about it. We're researching naval guns, and what is happening with this fight? British have less and less ships. Let me check. We should be okay. I hope we're not gonna lose too many. We might lose like 1 or 2 ships, but their forces are weaker. A sea trade is very low, but it's Monday, so we will see if things will change a bit later. Wilmington, we're gonna have you guys move south. It's a French force. Frenchies, come on. We're gonna send Marie Le Pen. Wilmington, where are they gonna land? I think they're gonna land here. But again, it's a very risky positioning your troops, because you have no idea where they're gonna actually go. We have the entirety of the south unprotected. Maybe it's time to pay more regiments. But I'm already paying for the Navy and everything else, so I think they're on the move. Yeah. Damn it. It would be really interesting to see if the British are holding here, what would the French do? I think that they're at war, right? Foreign relations. No, they're not at war. Let me go and see what we can do with the Spanish Empire. Let's lower down the tensions. Do you know when to fight them?
Hold the line.
Why are we so slow? I think it's a possibility, but I don't think it's a very high possibility. We lost a ship. Let me just check. I like speed. Maybe we could break our navy into different areas. They need a lot of replenishment. You guys gonna go to Salem? And these guys gonna chill here, and I think I'm gonna do this one. I think the construction points actually dictate. Yeah. They're auto-generated and used in building construction and ship repair. This is why I said I wish I had proper... I've seen others saying the troop ships, so yeah. I think it's possible. It's gonna take forever, I believe. These guys are gonna go to New Bern. Come on. We are under attack. But we might be able to hold it. This is only level 1/4. Damn it. Can we reinforce them? We would like to engage them as soon as they land. This would be ideal. We have superior force. No. Catch them. Everybody, come on.
Push through.
We have to retreat. We have to abandon New Bern. We're gonna die here. Let's go to Bath. Oh, they're changing their path. No. We're gonna meet up with them here. Come on. Can we do something? Oh, have to flee. Have to flee. Flee. Come on. They really played us big time here. Come on, guys. Can you run? I would really appreciate it if you guys run. We have to fight here. Again, they're gonna create a lot of problems. if you cannot get the right exact position of their landing, you're gonna be in a lot of trouble. And now we have to chase them everywhere. We're not gonna bother for long because I feel like they're gonna flee. They do have cannons. Whenever they're reinforcing you, they don't have any cannons, but now they do. When they're about to fight you, they do have all the cannons in the world. These guys gonna go to the flank, and we're gonna have some skirmishers, of course, on the other flank. Here, just gonna bring them as far as I can. I think whatever brigade our Morgan rifle is in, they always get screwed. Like, always. I remember Battle of Boston. Morgan rifles got annihilated by enemy cavalry. A couple of battles. Last time, again, in the previous streams again, whenever I have a Morgan rifle in a brigade, they always get destroyed for some reason. Really bad luck. They have no luck, basically. You guys gonna continue on that side. We gotta have you there. Let's form up. We do have some skirmishers. Oh, thanks. I have no Navy currently in my campaign. And I'm not sure if the Navy is worth it, to be honest. This is the first time I actually have a Navy, proper Navy in my campaign. And we're paying a lot of money. Maybe not for, like, salaries, but for maintenance for sure. It's super expensive. You guys gonna form a line here. We're gonna push our reserves as well. Our own mortars are hitting us. Okay, you guys gotta extend. Why are you moving so much? Go back. Run. And we're not doing much on this flank, so maybe we should. This is why it's always good to have a mixed brigade. I wish, like, you could have a mixed brigade with cavalry and infantry as well. And now they're fleeing, and the problem is if we don't catch up to them, they're gonna just go. And there is nothing else we can do about it. Let's charge. I have to manually click every single one of them to make them charge. Stop firing, please. Are we gonna do a lot of damage to our own guys? Can we charge with these guys? We should be able to. Seems like they have no stamina. Yeah, but it's not a big problem if we're talking about, you know, them being surrounded when they land. But now it's a big problem because we have to chase after them around the map, and they're gonna take our open cities. Will be, you know, a lot of issues. We only took some prisoners, but the bulk of their army managed to escape.
Sauvez-vous! Sauvez-vous! Sauvez-vous!
For as long as we can, we're just gonna chase after them, but I think it's the end. This is the end. My only friend, the end. Yeah, we're chilling. We only took their artillery, I think. A couple of batteries and that's it. Oh, we got our cavalry. Way too late. Or maybe I saw them way too late. Maybe it's the second thing. They lost their guns, but their troops are still there. And they have to fix that cavalry on the ground map because they get tired so quickly. And they should actually be built for this, like chasing after the enemy. Can you guys try to capture them, please? We're gonna form here. We're gonna go after one. Charge. Okay. They are surrendering. But they're chasing after our Morgan Brigade big time. I don't think they're gonna make it. What the hell is this movement? Come on.
Press the attack.
We actually gonna go somewhere else, and we're gonna send some reinforcements. We have our mixed brigade with French and Spanish. General Gates will be there. But these guys have no artillery. One of the biggest issues. Can you guys also move south? Have to be very careful with George Washington. If we lose him, it's the end of the campaign, so... I'm tempted. This also sucks because we are forced into taking very small battles, like fighting them constantly. The difference is basically that, I don't know, like I should not be forced into these kind of battles. And now we're chasing after the AI across the map, and it's not my definition of fun, to be honest. We'll have to retreat with our cavalry because I think they have no conditioning. Oh, we're very much face to face here. And we have a mortar. Mortar will fire. I'm curious if they have the angle. Those guys should not have the angle. So I'm gonna be a bit more aggressive then. Let's put this reminds me of Naked Gun. I think this was the name of the comedy. when he's basically exchanging fire with a guy over a barrel. "2 meters away. And you, my friend, gotta be very much there. Really close. With our skirms, go to the flank. There are some invisible enemies, though, on this side. And we have our cav that needs to retreat. Yeah, their condition is 0. Let's do 4-6. Shift 1. Shift 2. Washington in the middle. That should be it. We have these guys as well. Damn you, fights. We're relatively close to our guys. Just gonna hold where you are. Be ready to fire. And hopefully demolish them. They're gonna exchange canisters here. For sure. Let's start it. Let's slow down. With these guys, we're gonna order them to fire on their line infantry. I guess we're gonna fire here. And you can fire whatever you like. We're gonna bring those guys up. And we're gonna try to cover the left flank. Capture the hill. And go there as well. Actually, I'm gonna do it with 3 combined companies. And I think that everybody should actually go there. I expect these guys to crack quickly. With those guys, we're gonna move up on this side. We're gonna move up on this side as well. And we have to move these guys as well. I should have joined them, but kind of too late. I have no patience, so I'm gonna pull them up like that. And this one should be epic. They're routing. They're routing. Well, that was a great canister exchange. And now is the time for stereotypical French retreating. I think we're gonna hold here, hold the hill. It's safer. As I mentioned before, I do not think their skirmishers actually. You guys gotta come all the way up here. On this side. Let's hold. Maybe this is even bad positioning here. Yeah, let's go to the top of the hill. Run back. These guys are relatively okay, I think. Come on, you can stand better. You gotta be more aggressive. Hold, and of course we're gonna. push here. Let's hold. They're routing. Oh, there's enemy general. Boom. This is for making me study French. Gonna have 2 companies chasing after him. With the rest, we're gonna... They're exhausted. There's no way! You pussies. This is why you need, you know, a ready cavalry. If cavalry is exhausted, they're useless. You can always go down and switch to... Actually, we can try to do that. Let's try to do that. Let's dismount our dragoons. I have no idea how effective they are on the ground. Come on. What's stopping you from dismounting? And now we're pressuring them really well. How big is their range? Is their range the same? I think they should have the same range as I think no. Maybe they have less of a range. Interesting. Than musketeer unit. Or Fusilier unit, pardon me. Those sounds. But our skirmishers are phenomenal. I'm super happy with them. 61 kill, 55 kills. Maybe we even made complete capture of the enemy. Maybe their general ran away. But I think this is it. We're just going to speed it up here. And we're going to wait for... let me check. We're going to put it head to head and see... No, actually they have the same range. This is the alternative. If your cavalry is very tired by the time they get somewhere, like, you can dismount. I'm not saying it's a good idea, but it's better than nothing. Like, while they're mounted, they cannot really fire back. And I think they present a bigger target for the enemy to hit, so... Could be viable. At times, of course. Mon ami, bon ami. I'm gonna actually take this one. Gonna be pushing on this side. And now we're getting some reinforcements. Come on. Dark. Actually, you're not necessary. You can go to New Bern. Try to replenish. Just want to cut them off from here. Engage them. And now, from chasing us, we got into chasing you, my friends. Prepare to learn English in captivity. They're already routing. Just hit them. Charge! They already got tired. That really sucks. But they did surrender. We're being pushed by the British. I feel like we don't have enough regiments. Really, I think that we need more bigger army. More army and bigger army. Yeah. How about research? More or less. More or less, they're standing still. I think we can stop paying for this one as well. Let me also check something else. I'm scared to look into this. Okay, there are some these are the settlements that got wrecked by the natives. So they're rebuilding. And this is also a design flaw. Like here, I should be able to turn it on or off. I should be able to see what is actually happening. And now I have to go like back to the standard map. I have to click and I'm not really there. So, you know, it's kind of a problem. Port Herkimer. Fort Sullivan. Can we do something about this one? I hope so. We purposefully put a bunch of natives here. But I think I'm gonna put them in a different place. Just to make sure that this does not happen again. How many men do we have here? We have about 3,000 men in Philly. We have a couple of guys on this side. Have people in Hempstead. We could potentially fight them off, I think. If they came here, we could get maybe 8,000 men. But if they go to Boston, we have nothing there. This sucks. I have to get those guys out. They can go to Falmouth or Portsmouth. Probably better Portsmouth. Which one has bigger... Yeah. They should go somewhere to replenish. Castine was also wrecked. It's gonna take forever. I'm not sure we're gonna get it by the end of the campaign. How about Chrisfield? We should be okay here. Bring you to Baltimore. It's time to reorganize. Christopher. This is default one, so I'm just gonna get you guys here in Bath. Let me check. These guys are okay. We're gonna join the brigade, and then we're gonna send you guys on this side. Morgan rifles. Norfolk. This is their destination. These guys gonna go somewhere else. Maybe Fort Johnson. And with these guys, we're gonna go all the way south to Charlestown. Kid. Petersburg. We're gonna give this one would be Scott. Scott, you got yourself up. I don't know. Like again, Scott, yourself got yourself a cavalry regiment. I cannot really understand like how is this fun. Cannot really understand the definition of fun in this one. Okay, this is our, I don't know, 5th invasion in the last, I don't know, how long is the stream for? Last 3 hours. But how is this fun? Like, what is the definition of fun here?
Hold the line.
It shouldn't be like this. How about here? Can we see how many days we have to wait? But these ships are very, very expensive. As we said before, this should not be the case. How about money? Sea trade is about 5,000. So it can never really cover for... Yeah, I can literally never cover for the expenditure of the fleet. So it's a serious issue. I think I'm gonna consider getting some additional regiments. We're gonna give you skirmishers, we're gonna give you mortars, and we're gonna give you... how about we do something with grenadiers? They have 11.5 in melee and 10.5 in reload. For grenadiers, it's a little bit different. 11 and 11.1. So I think I'm gonna go with the grenadiers this time. My brain is not working. Stamina. We could actually give them some Charleville 66. The problem is that all of our line infantry actually has brown basses, so I'm not sure how this will play out in the end. So maybe our elites can get Charleville 66. Let's apply. We can try to get a regiment here. It's not a best place. Maybe to recruit a regiment, but okay. Beggars can be choosers. And this will also be a quality of life change, as I said before. If there is like a memory of what you clicked before. I equipped my motor company with 13-inch mortar. Remember this. I equipped, I don't know, my Fusilier unit with Brown Bess. Remember this. Should be very, very simple thing to do, but could save you a lot of time. And with Grenadier, let's form this one. But like this, I have to do it manually every time, and it's kind of boring. Maybe not early game, but now, yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think I'm gonna... time is passing. I think I'm gonna try to... How do they have like 2,000 men here? It's really, really strange. Did it get reinforced that we didn't see? I did not notice any kind of major reinforcement here. Let me go to foreign relations. And can we try to lower down tensions? No, not yet. With France, it's pretty much the same as with Britain, and we've been waging war with Britain for such a long time. Need some additional troops in Savannah. Look at this guy. This guy can actually be in the office somewhere. Let me check. He could be a chief of intelligence or chief of navy. Chief of anything. I think that he can make... we can only position them somewhere. Mayor. Major. Pardon me, not mayor. This guy is cool. A lot of French officers here. Salary's okay. We're about 100,000 on the market, so should be okay. But salary expenditure is getting high, really. Spy network is insanely expensive, so maybe we should just go back to the normal thing. I said I'm gonna get an officer here. Skirmishers, mortars. Switch to this one, and we gotta get grenadiers as well. Let's create. Let's pause once again. Stamina efficiency. Brown Bess. We're gonna go for Pennsylvania rifle. Brown Bess as well. And for these guys, shuttle level 66. Oh, we have a visitor. Askan, question. What happens if you ally yourself with all the tribes with a unique event happen, like the allying with the French and the French ultimatum and alliance with British or Brits, or will nothing happen? You can't really choose. These are events that happen randomly. Oh, they're scripted. Don't get me wrong. They're scripted, but you have no say. Basically, what's going to happen, you have no say. This is the lack of diplomacy issue. Like, if we go to foreign relations, we cannot really do much here. It's impossible. to change anything. You're very much limited. And we're worsening our relationship with Spanish Empire, so we might even get into war with them. In Savannah, we're also... How about Georgetown? How big is Georgetown? I think it can support one more infantry regiment. We can get these guys, but we're running out of good officers now. I think that we haven't lost any serious officers in quite a while, but... we're going to change here, go to stamina, and let's switch again. The most boring task ever. Yeah, as I said, this game needs a couple of improvements. Immediate improvements would be the UI that can help you construct things. Alliance offer. Wait. I think that we must hold alliance with the USA. Yeah, they just should be here with Spain. Coordinated Patriot uprisings. 30,000. We're losing still a lot of money, even though we're not constructing as much. Yeah, I think I'm gonna stop with construction of things. Let's repeat here. Are we gonna get recruits? But I think that also difficulty should be changed a little bit. I think that this is way too much. They say it's a challenge. Okay, it's cool. It's a challenge, but how much fun is it to chase after enemy invasions day after day? I think they need to rethink the approach. I would be okay if the British got reinforced from from the west or somewhere else, or they have like a place so you don't have to guard every single bit of the coast. But with this, it's very, very painful. We can never organize any kind of offensive operation just because we have no idea where they're gonna come. And if you kind of leave a section of the coast open, they're just gonna steamroll everything. So it's kind of a big issue. We have way too many men in Baltimore. I'm gonna move you guys to Philly, and you guys gonna stay there, I guess. Yeah, I think they need a little bit of rethinking. Again, don't really want to break these guys up, but I think I have to. Let's go there. Oh, what is the problem? I guess we shall see. I can do this for you guys. Give me a second. I gave it to Scott. Askan, you're getting your own regiment. Thank you for joining the fun. Great Armada. Okay, a combined Franco-Spanish fleet consisting of 66 ships of the line and many smaller vessels sailed north of engaged the British fleet. Control of the English Channel would be followed by invasion by an army more than 40,000 men assembled at the Le Havre in the northern France and transported in 400 transport boats. The British recall warships from the colonies to defend Britain. Okay. That's really cool. As I said, I think I gave a regiment to Scott. We can see John. John Smith. Let me check. Sir Vex as well. Cervix. What a cool name. Let me check. Maybe one more. Lillian can also get it. One. Yeah. I promised to do it, and yeah, I'm gonna do it. Well, Mai was pretty angry. Remember to talk about sergeants? Oh. Hi back, Radovan. Let me check. Another question. Do you think the Spanish will demand territories as well as like the French? And if I remember history right, are the Spanish in Florida? Historically speaking, yeah. I think that I forgot what happened to Florida and how Americans actually took it from Spanish, but it was Spanish. But here you cannot see them on the map. If we go south, like there are no Spanish in Florida. Maybe they're gonna ask something from us. I don't know. I'm gonna try to lower down tension so it doesn't come to that. As far as I know, I think if you keep your tensions here lower than 40, you're not gonna get that problem. But if the tensions go above, you're gonna see some serious issues with people. Well, Radovan, why was your sergeant really angry? Chris Field. You're gonna come here. This might not be the worst thing ever, to be honest. This might not be the worst thing ever. You're just gonna come here and wait for them. Let's get some guys from Morristown. But I definitely need my Navy to do something. They cost us a lot of money, and look at this. They're never gonna... Yeah, they're never gonna improve here. He was angry because of my injury. I was too active in today's drill, so yeah. What kind of injury do you have? Okay, these guys are recovering. Oh. Have to pay for a construction officer here. $73 days left. It seems like some of the this is so annoying. I landed on my leg really while doing alpine climbing. It's a mini fracture above the knee. Maybe you get some days off. Bye-bye, Scott. Thank you for watching, man. I really appreciate it. And I'm taking it slowly. There is no progression here whatsoever. I think this is the definition of slow. Against my own will. You guys gonna move south as well? Yeah, I think I should be moving my my navy south. Should have constructed the ships here. But if we talk about the cost, like it's very expensive, and sea trade is not much. We're not gonna pay. Oh, thank God. Whew. Let me check. I played the game a little myself as well. I checked the victory conditions, and they are: the British must have a weak army and a weak navy and no territories. So how close are you to winning? Let me check. If we go to foreign relations once again. Yeah, kind of far away probably. I'm kind of collecting the army in the south, like rebuilding it a bit more. And I'm gonna try to destroy enemy possessions in the Georgia and South Carolina. But the problem is that we are being shifted north and south all the time because of the constant naval invasions that are coming in. But yeah, we have much more. Let me check here. We're gonna go for Spanish. Yeah, we have some. We have a lot of territories actually in the south, but they control Georgia pretty much. We only control coastal regions, and they control basically South Carolina, parts of South Carolina. It would not be difficult to deal with them if there weren't for massive invasions. Every couple of days we get like a new invasion. Every week.
Push through.
And you kind of have to reposition all the time. Let me see what Radovan said. Well, I'm off, but I still like doing some of the basic drills. They don't require much left work. But today I did get carried away, so I definitely deserve heat from the sergeant. Well, take care. I'm not sure what else I can tell you. I never had any serious injuries.
Regroup here.
But back in the day when I did a lot of sports, you know, I was like a glue or no glue. Oh my god, my brain is not working. Like rubber. As a kid, it was so simple. Come on. I really hate this. What should we go for? I think that this is pretty much useless. Like intelligence cost, this could be okay, but you get less reporting basically. Yeah, we were discussing this before. They usually come with escort. They're usually properly escorted by the Royal Navy. And technically speaking, you can, but I don't think it's easy. You need to have a lot of ships positioned correctly or properly.
Here.
Come on. Okay, they're slowly running away. Let me check. Tensions are lowering with France, but things are getting worse with Spain. I have no idea like why. I can only explain it why. Is there something that I can do to alter this? It seems like we cannot. And we're just being dealt bad cards again and again. Console command enabled. Yeah. I had some like dumb injuries, but nothing serious. Although I had my teeth knocked out twice. Not fighting though. Not fighting. Playing football, skating, and stuff like that.
Aim true.
Can we engage them? All the good news. Boy, oh boy. All the good news. Let's have a fight here. By the way, guys, I wanted to remind you, if you haven't, click that like button. And also, I have a Discord channel, so if you ever want to play with me, I talked about it before. During Sunday, I can spare like 2 hours maybe to play with you guys if you want. We can vote on the games you like to play, and we can organize some events. For sure. But I apologize for my lack of concentration. I usually start off fresh and then I lose it. By the time of like third or fourth hour, I usually start losing it. If you see me struggling to read basic English, yeah, you know I'm tired. So I think we're gonna do this one, and I think we're gonna call it a day. And we're gonna have to reorganize a little bit in the future in order to take the rest of the colonies away from the British. We're having a lot of success, though. fighting them off, but you know, everything has a price, and currently my price is fatigue, mental fatigue. I got hit by a car when I was little. I broke an arm and a leg, I think, after a month I was playing and doing shit. I have a friend that, like, pretty much broke every single bone in his body when he was a kid. Like, he was always wearing a cast. And there was nothing wrong with his bones. He was just an idiot. Like... Oh boy. When you're a kid, you don't really think about things. Let's get to the top of the hill if we can. And we're gonna try to engage them there. I think I have to keep scrolling. Yeah, this is a bit better. But now we have ourselves an issue because our flank here is pretty lame. We're gonna move forward, and with these guys, we gotta move all the way there. No. We're gonna actually do something else like that. We're gonna meet them up in the front. We're gonna be moving up. This is a mortar team. Also mortar team, so... Let's go, boys. Okay, our guys are being challenged. What is this? This is also a mortar. Where are our generals? Where is our general singular? We have no more than that. And with those guys, let's continue to flank. These are actual French. Yeah, they're having Charleville. This is why they're losing so much. If these were our American skirmishers, they would be winning this big time. Guns are a huge difference sometimes. How is this possible? Why do we have such a huge gap in our lines? I'm not sure what kind of guns British skirmishers have. I think they have like classical guns, Brown Besses and stuff. I don't really expect them to have much more. Because we cannot really... I think they have Ferguson rifle. I think this is the name of the rifle. Can we push more into them? Would be interesting to see. And we're gonna also do this. We're being charged here, but it doesn't matter. The problem is that these guys broke, and we're now gonna be able to replenish them. Whenever you get, you know, gifted troops, like Indians or French or Spanish, if you lose a company, that's it. You cannot really change anything about that company. You cannot change their guns, you cannot change their composition. So try to be careful usually. I'm curious about effectiveness of our mortars. They have done a good job. 42. I think that you guys should be going back. Yeah, I don't like their position here. And we're getting some friendly fire. These guys are also exposed. Man, can I just hold it where I am? Now let's try to be more aggressive. We're getting some additional reinforcements from the flank. Oh, give me a second. I want to read this one. Askan, do you think they will add more loyalty systems in the more factions and events like Benedict Arnold's betrayal and more in the future, like giving back a dog general back and making a ceasefire? There's a short film or something about it on YouTube too, if I remember right. As I said before, this game has so much potential. The problem is, once more, they have very few people working on this game. And even though people say, oh, yeah, we should see like a Native American campaign, it will be really cool. It will be cool, but I don't think we're going to see it because, you know, just very small team working on this game. From 6 to 8 men working on this game as we speak. And this came from a developer directly on the stream. So I did not make it up. This is the biggest issue by far. There's a... No, it's the same one. Sorry. Sometimes I get distracted. We should continue to flank. We are getting some fresh troops. They don't have a lot of cannons here, so we're gonna try to push more. Let's scare their cannons, their cannon crews. I'm not sure why we're here, to be honest, but I expect them to flee. We can try to be careful not to get into the canister range because this could be painful. $72 kills, 64 kills, 52 kills. Not that many kills from our mortars. 125. Like, you never know how they're gonna perform. And myself, I'm not sure why. Come on. Let's be more aggressive. Can you guys run? They broke, finally. With everything we have, because we have no cav to close the gap behind, we're just gonna do this. And we're gonna forbid them from firing once again. Hold it. Let's continue to push. We're herding them as sheep. Some of them might escape, but we should be able to capture majority. Right, I must leave. It's really late from where I'm. Sure, man. Good night. Here it's also like 11 o'clock in Central Europe. Army strength. This is not correct again. There's no way they had 9,000 men here. Maybe it was the opposite. But I believe that this game would be more interesting if these kind of things were not a deal. Like, okay, we're fighting invasion every week, and I actually purposefully clicked on reduced naval invasions. When you start a campaign these days, you have an option to choose like a historical thing, basically more invasions or less invasions. The AI will kind of try to recapture things like New York or, I don't know, Philly or Boston all the time. So I turned this button off. It would be way, way worse if I didn't. And we're fighting naval invasion every week, pretty much. I'm not sure if this is a bug. I have to ask somebody. Okay, we killed them. We're gonna send 3 brigades south to Crisfield, and we're just gonna take it by force. Supply regiment is maybe not necessary. To go south, we gotta move our general as well, and we're gonna slowly build up additional forces so we can spare some men and just capture the remnants of their forts. I'm really tired of this. I'm really, really tired of this. You guys can actually go back. We need to prepare for Savannah invasion. We have way too many men here. Did not see that. Damn it. But we should have sufficient forces. If we can get there on time. That's a big if. Anyways, guys, I think it's enough. Like, we're never gonna stop with these naval invasions, and we're gonna continue next time. When we see each other, probably will be Friday. I prepared like 3 episodes of DEI if you care about something like that. I'm trying to finish up my Macedonian campaign, so check it out. Also, I said I made a small Discord channel. I'm gonna be working on it. We'll have some extra time, but it's good enough to communicate with people. So you can add me on Discord, and we can play some games, whatever you guys like. Also, what I like to say, yeah, I'm really sorry. I'm tired. It's 11 o'clock here. I had a long day, and my brain is not really working properly. So if you have any additional questions about the game, write it in the comment section. I'm gonna do my best to answer all of your questions. Maybe not immediately, but give me a couple of hours a day. I'm gonna do that. Let me see, Mr. RJB. I don't think it changed the number of invasions, but the size. If you are doing good, the invasions will have more troops. To try to bring more struggle into the game. I don't know, but I think that this is very tiring. I've been dealing with the invasions for 4 hours now, and I don't even count how many I dealt with. Like, is this the 6th invasion today? Or 7th? I don't know. I have no idea. But I don't see this as a definition of fun. I think they need to find another way to make the rest of the game interesting. I will be okay even with like 20,000 men invasion. If it's like only one thing and it's like the New York invasions, and you have to prepare, and you need to think of a strategy. But this is like just a chore. This feels like a chore, just slowly grinding you down, and feels like a chore. So yeah, I feel kind of fatigued. I'm sorry. But I really appreciate you guys being here with me tonight. Yeah, you did great. And if you have any constructive criticism, also bring it up. If you think I did something bad, let me know. Mm, not a biggie. As long as you're civil and polite, that's okay. But that's it. Have a lovely evening. Have a lovely day, depending on where you are. And see you next time. Thank you so much.